Hello everybody and welcome back to At Home with Sophia. I am so excited you're going to be watching this video today because, well, first of all, I am very excited. So as you know, April Fool's Day is right around the corner and I was actually going to make I had no idea what I was going to make, but I knew I was wanting to make something for April Fool's Day. So then I was like, well, what if I make something out of a dessert? So I decided I'm going to make like an imposter sandwich kind of thing where the bun will be a blondie and then the lettuce on the inside will be melted chocolate, and then I'm going to get the apples. So we're going to do that later in the video, but the first part is making the blondie, and these are the things you are going to need. Okay, so the things you're going to need today are, and I wrote down the recipe because I kind of forgot. You're going to need 1 cup and then a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, a 1/3 cup of sugar, a 1/2 teaspoon of cornstarch. You're going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 cup of light brown sugar. You're going to need a 1/3 cup of salted butter. So my salted butter is actually in the fridge right now because the salted butter is actually going to be melted, but we're going to melt it on the stove later on in the video. Okay, 1 large egg. Make sure it's not room temperature. It has to be in the fridge because things whip better when they're right out of the fridge or when they're still cold. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, a 1/2 teaspoon of water, and also 4 tablespoons of melted white chocolate we're going to put in the blondies for them to have a little bit of an extra little flavor element. So they're going to be later on in the video. The white chocolate is going to be like a semi-melted. Okay, so let's get started. I'm so excited. And also, before we move on with the video, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. It will mean so much. My goal by the end of the year is to have 1,000 subscribers. I know we can make it happen. Okay, so first you are going to add the flour, the salt, and the baking powder and the cornstarch. So basically all of the dry ingredients except the sugars. So let's get the flour, the cornstarch, put in the salt, and we're going to also put in the baking powder. And now you're going to simply just whisk up your dry ingredient mixture. Okay, now set this aside. So now we have our bowl out, but we also need to melt our butter because the butter will eventually go inside this bowl. But first, let's just add in our sugar and our brown sugar. So basically all the sugars you have put in here, whisk it up. Sometimes brown sugar can be a little chunky, so just make sure you kind of get all those little lumps out. And so it's pretty mixed up. Now we're going to get a 1/3 cup of salted butter. You do not need a huge saucepan. It just needs to be something little that your butter will, fit in once it gets melted. So I'm putting my 1/3 cup of salted butter in there. And we're going to turn the heat on and we're going to let it melt until it's kind of like a golden brownish color. Now I just simply put the melted butter into a little bowl and we're going to add it into our brown sugary mixture. I did it until it was like a light kind of brown. There we go. It smells so good. I would so recommend doing this over the stove, not just for the taste of it, but also for the smell. It just smells really fresh and delicious. Okay, so let's just mix this up until it's kind of chunky. So now we have our butter mixture all, mixed up. Also, this is the time to set your oven. So I'm going to set it to 350 degrees. Alrighty, so now in most recipes you would actually be adding in your eggs or egg by now, but we are doing something different. We're actually going to be whipping up the egg. To just get a medium-sized bowl here. Just crack the egg. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I accidentally got shell in there. Whoopsie daisies. Oh no, I've never gotten like a shell in things. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh, okay, so I have my cracked egg yolk or egg. I put it into my bowl and we're just going to beat it up. Also mix this up until it's kind of like a pale color. Okay, so now it's like this, it's like a little, it's not thick, but it's actually, like you would think it would be thicker, but it's actually way more fluffy. So before I add it in, I'm just going to quickly mix up this brown sugar mixture, and we are slowly going to add just a little bit of it in, just about half of it, and then mix it up, and then we're going to add the other half of it in. Alrighty, so this looks really good. It looks, oh, look at that. That is like a really good looking batter. So before we do anything else, we're going to add in our vanilla. Whisk it up. Okay, so I just got my water, put it in there, and mix it up. The water just makes it a little bit more fluffy. And now this is, oh my gosh, this is the funnest part. You're going to slowly add in your flour mixture. So let's add in just a little bit and then keep on adding, just so the batter is nice and smooth. Best Ghirardelli white chocolate. Oh my gosh, so delicious. Okay, so we're going to put this into the microwave for about 20 to 30-second increments until it's like slightly melted, but it still has some of those delicious chunks in it. This is the perfect consistency. This is what I was trying to go for. So it's like liquidy, but it still has like those chunks in it. Okay, so let's add in to our batter. I'm going to just do a little bit at a time and then, keep mixing it up, just kind of like the usual. Okay, so I have that in there. Now I'm just going to get a pan. So let's get a square pan. For brownies and blondies, a square pan is pretty ideal. Like that. Okay, let's get our blondie batter, put it in there. Ooh, this is super thick. Okay, so now our brownie batter is ready. It is looking super duper good. We're going to add it into the oven. just plop it in there. And you're going to put that in there for 25 minutes to 30 minutes. It just depends with your oven. Okay, let's get started. Alrighty, so now that we have all of that down and we did all of the main stuff, which was the bun for the sandwich, which was also, in other words, the blondie, we're now going to make our lettuce so it can cool down. So what you're going to do is get aluminum foil. You're going to crumble it up. Not too much, but just, you know, press it together. Smooth it out a little bit. And it's kind of crinkled up. Usually you wouldn't want crinkled up aluminum foil, but in this case you do. Okay. So then once you do that, you're going to get some melted chocolate and a diet green. Let's add in our green food coloring. I already pre-made some white chocolate, so I don't have to show it again on camera. Okay, so this is a nice green kind of color. Just going to add our lettuce and plops. There we go. Plop it down. Okay, so it's mostly hardened, but I'm going to put it into the fridge just to make sure it's all fully cooled. Okay, get it and put it in the fridge. Okay, now this is like the last part for the sandwich. We're going to be making salami. So for the salami, we're going to get a little cutting board because of course we need it, something to cut on. You're also going to need an apple and a knife. Okay, so let's just cut off, oh my goodness, that was scary. Okay, let's get the end of the apple. Okay, so I just took the, oh my gosh, what are they called? Blondies out of the oven. So here is my blondie. I actually thought it was going to be a little thicker, but it's actually thinner, so that is good. So I am going to try a little bit in this, or just a lot, I don't know, okay. Wow, this is so good. Okay, so anyway, you're going to get the circle cookie cutter. I found like one that's kind of the size of a bun, and you're going to cut it in the middle. Oh my gosh, it's kind of, oh no. It's kind of hard to do. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was hard. Okay, let's really get it in there. Ooh, ooh. Because you can cut two out, I mean. Okay, and then I'm going to save the scraps for later. Okay, so now what we're going to do is get the lettuce, all of our little other components to this delicious delight. So I already took them off, and it looks kind of like lettuce, just like the texture of it. And then this also, I guess, could look like lettuce. Okay, so I'm going to actually break it up in half and add it on to my sandwich. I also put my apples in the fridge so that they can just soak up. And I'm going to get my salami pieces and put them on there, and then once I put salami, put on some lettuce. Let's add 2. So now I have my sandwich. It is all complete. So if you make a really realistic version of this, just like I did, maybe you could prank someone with it. Maybe they can think it's actually a sandwich when it's really a delicious dessert delight. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Wow, that was so good, and it is so delicious and looks really real. It does, like, at first glance, it actually does look like lettuce and salami. So yeah, wow. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. It was super fun to make, and I hope you try to recreate this at home. I also have the recipe down below in the description, and all the, well, not the recipe, but the ingredients you need in the description below. Also, make sure to like and subscribe. It means so much. And I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.